What in the ever-living fuck is this? So there is a new hardcore sandbox MMO hitting Kickstarter right now called Trials of Ascension, with the game featuring permanent death. Basically, each race will start with a set amount of lives, and once the last life is expired, your character leaves the world for good, where you must start anew. There's going to be settlements, magic. The world of Trials of Ascension, according to them, will be as beautiful as it is challenging. We have implemented 2 modes because of this: an action mode that will be used for combat and taking down enemies, and a camera mode that will be used for looking around and taking in the scenery. Now, if this game sounds familiar to you, it's probably because this is the 3rd time that Trials of Ascension has gone to Kickstarter. It's being fronted by a company called Dragonfire Entertainment, who, from what I understand, has gone through multiple teams, multiple development backgrounds. It's being fronted by a guy named Brandon Lalonde, and from everything that I've been reading, they've gone through a lot of drama ever since their first Kickstarter failed in 2013. That Kickstarter, they were asking for just over $1 million Canadian, and they received about 120,000. It converts, if you're looking at US dollars, they basically earned $86,000 of a $750,000 goal. They then came back in 2015 to Kickstarter again, asking for $600,000 and only receiving at the time $25,616. They then went to Steam Early Access, asking for a solid $11.49 Canadian, rounds to about $9.99, to basically launch this single player version of Trials of Ascension called Trials of Ascension Exile. And looking at this, we expect to spend roughly 18 to 24 months in early access. They say they have a solid foundation already in place for Exile and a talented team put together, but there is so much more we would like to add. That was back in, looks like 2018, so it looks like their goal for being in early access is probably not going to come to fruition. And when you look at the latest updates, this one was posted December 6th, 2019. Hi all, I'm Parthuin, the owner of Dragonfire Entertainment and the new holder of the Trials of Ascension intellectual property rights. I've written, rewritten, and written again this letter, and after a lot of thought, I decided it's best to be honest and somewhat blunt. Over the past 2 decades, Trials of Ascension has changed from an idea to a game in development. Then that development was canceled. The project was resurrected, altered, compromised, and yet again canceled. Reasons for those changes and eventual demise of the original TOA are many and beyond the scope of intent for this letter. So basically, this game has been passed off, handed to different people. Different dev teams have been working on this game all throughout the last almost decade. I would say 7 or 8 years at this point. And they're back again for yet another Kickstarter, asking for only $10,000 this time around. Converted to Canadian, they're asking for $13,500 to keep the servers up for a year. At this point, I'm not quite sure what they're trying to do. The studio says the money will go towards operating the servers for a year, additional assets, fees, taxes, and an extremely small amount for paying staff. Apparently, this new version, this is according to Massively OP. I'll have the article linked down in the description and the top pinned comment. Apparently, this revamped version of the game will enter early access by the end of 2020. I just want to jump into this video here. It's a little bit of a pause. The gameplay or the development update that you guys are seeing on screen here was posted March 5th, 2020. I just want you to wrap your heads around what it is that you're looking at. For old school MMO fans, this looks like something out of like Night Online's alpha from the early 2000s. And this was just posted last week. So just to give you a little bit of an idea as to where this game is right now, and they want to launch this thing into early access in August, from what I gather, or at least later in 2020. So, you know, just fucking geniuses over here, man. The sad part about all of this is the fact that they have actually raised $5,168 of that $13,500 goal. They are almost halfway to meeting that goal with 17 days to go. I honestly can't believe, looking at the trailer for the game on this Kickstarter and seeing the history just on a base search. I haven't even dug deep into what went wrong with the original Kickstarters and what happened. This is just a basic Google search, and I'm seeing this much drama and history with this game, and they're still getting money sent to them. The game looks like a Day of Dragons clone with some spiders on a landscape that looks like it might have been made in, like, I don't know, a day and a half. And they made, I mean, granted, if they don't make their goal, the Kickstarter won't pay them through. But the fact is they have gotten $5,000 in funding for something that looks this shit. And you guys are seeing the updated Kickstarter trailer on screen right now. It honestly blows my mind. Considering the fact that when you look at the pledge tier for the $1,300 tier, which by the way has 2 backers on it, it's limited to 10 total. 2 people have given them $1,300. It says that there's going to be 5 years of subscription time, but then when you look at the top of the page, it says that they've changed their business model, but in the best way to help folks enjoy Trials of Ascension, we will no longer be a subscription model. Instead, we will be a buy once, play forever model. But didn't bother updating the tiers, which to me doesn't, I mean, they can't even keep their own story straight. I'm not sure. And the funny thing is, estimated delivery is 2020 August. Like, really? This piece of shit's coming out in August. All right. I mean, okay, sure. It's good to be hopeful, but I mean, let's try to keep it a little bit realistic. And I mean, the fact that they've changed their business model after launching the Kickstarter tells me that these guys have absolutely no idea what they are doing. Let me know what you guys think down below. I'm going to have all the prevalent links to this Kickstarter, the old Kickstarter, so you guys can do your own research. Dude, honestly, I better not hear a single person reach out to me and be like, hey, Fry, I backed this fucking Kickstarter and they scammed me. I want you to make a video on it, because I ain't going to do it. If anybody believes that this Kickstarter is going to A, come to fruition, B, actually have any sort of like project management behind them, or C, actually give you a finished project in the end, you are fucking delusional. My name is Big Fry. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like on it, consider subscribing, and I'll see you on the next one.